Mr. Ruben, what is a final protective order hearing, and do you represent people at those hearings? The answer is yes, we represent people at final protective order hearings almost on a weekly basis, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. What is a final protective order hearing? Well, final would indicate that initially there was a temporary protective order hearing, and whenever someone is abused and there's been some kind of second-degree assault or trespass or stalking or harassment or sexual abuse or abuse to a child, those are all the grounds for abuse in Maryland. Somebody initially files and they get a temporary protective order. And that temporary protective order is very easy to get. You simply go in and tell a judge what happened, and the judge will grant the temporary protective order 99% of the time if your allegations support a finding under the statute, which is abuse. The final protective order hearing is 1 week later. That's when you go, and it's up to a judge to determine whether or not it actually happened. We call it preponderance of the evidence. That's when you go, the other person goes, if you're defending it, you need to say, no, what they're alleging didn't happen. If it did happen, what you're saying is, yes, it did happen. And then you go into what relief there could be. Are you going to get a stay-away order for how long? Are you going to get custody? Are you going to get what's called emergency family maintenance? If you can afford a lawyer to have representation at a final protective order hearing, you should absolutely have one, especially if there are children involved. If you cannot afford a lawyer, give us a call. We'll be happy to give you a free consultation, and we'll take it from there. That's what a final protective order is here in Maryland.